lean, I got pills, I got rocks. If you want me to make a drop, send the dot. Say you only carry cash, bring that shit out, make it fast. Bitch, you know my stilo, I want money, money, money. Bitch, I work so hard, I can't let them take it from me. That mean the coppers, the law, the law. Stuff it back my balls, then a nigga taking off. Keep some buying money, nigga, and some money for your bitch. If I give her a little tip, she gon' suck the whole dick. I got block boy status, I make money on this block. I be bouncing all day, getting it money non-stop, nigga. Block boy, bitch, I'm on the block. I got weed, I got lean, I got pills, I got rocks. Block boy, bitch, I'm on the block. I got weed, I got lean, I got pills, I got rocks. My block bounce.
Hey there, I want to welcome you to another Rise of the 1% podcast episode. We're going to talk about tools, strategies, insights to dominate and get into the top 1%. And I am G Bass. And in today's episode, that we got a special guest in the building. We got the man, we got the milk, we got the legend, Mr. Krush Banks in the building. Absolutely, man. Glad to have you on. All right, first, so we listened to a little bit of your music in the beginning.
Right.
I want to start from the beginning. Where's Krush Banks from?
Okay, yeah. Originally I'm from Chicago, Illinois, the South Side.
Southside Chicago.
Inglewood.
Okay.
68th and Union, to be exact. That's the street I'm really from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We had another guest, Chanel, who was on here some weeks ago, who's actually from Southside Chicago as well. And I've actually been to Chicago.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Southside, it's a stigma to it, I could say.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about the Southside Chicago, it ain't the friendliest place to hang around, but we're going to get more into that. So let's talk a little bit about your upbringing on the Southside Chicago. So if I was to meet Krush Banks coming up in elementary, did you go to middle school or you went straight up?
I went from elementary to middle school out there. Then I came here about middle school, high school.
All right, gotcha. Let's talk about if I was to meet Krush in elementary to middle school coming up in Southside Chicago, what were you like? And also, just talk a little bit about your upbringing.
Yes. So, well, in Chicago, it was really learning. You know what I mean? I was still young, so I was still doing a lot of learning, a lot of figuring stuff out, because I was so young. But by the time I made it to Georgia, my learning experience and everything I learned, I was a little bit ahead of everybody that was around by the time I made it here. So, you know what I mean? Chicago was really a lot of learning, a lot of developing me.
Okay.
Who I was becoming to be, you know?
What did you learn?
I mean, the street culture. I mean, my family was really tied into a lot of different organizations, I'll call it, you know? So with that being said, a lot of different situations and stuff, you know what I mean? I've learned through those with my family, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of, it's life, I guess if you want to sum it all up, what'd you learn? I was learning about life, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Any experiences though, like coming up Southside Chicago that you can remember?
Oh man. All right, so yeah, coming up, I used to have to walk to school and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And my pops was so involved in whatever he was involved in. I used to have like, I wouldn't call them bodyguards, but big brothers, big cousins, and then it's really kin. But they walk me to school and wait on the corner and make sure I get home from school. You know what I mean? Almost like some mob type stuff.
Yeah.
Just escorted.
Gotcha.
From home school, make sure I'm safe, stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a different from being there versus Georgia. You know?
Yeah. Well, what kind of student you was coming up in school? Like,
I mean, see, this is the thing. Back then, if I was late coming to school, you get paddled. You know what I mean? If hot was up. My parents, they were younger. They were just as young as me. My mom only 15 years older than you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By them being kids, they so. You know what I mean? They were still in the streets having fun and stuff. You know what I mean? So me getting in trouble for being late or something, it's probably something they had going on, but they like walk to school with these big dudes and I mean, I get in school now, I gotta get paddled because I'm late. And it was crazy growing up.
Paddled in school?
Man, what them people weren't playing.
Wow.
Talking, but being late, yeah.
Yeah, I used to hear that back in my parents' day. Like
Nah, they wasn't playing it out there.
Wow.
Oh, I still remember the Titus Palin and Bend Over. We would see him, yeah.
Oh man, that was legal.
Man, yeah, when I was there, yeah.
Wow. Wow, man. A different day at time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're right. You try to hit a kid if you want to these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, because I asked Chanel this too, and she was on, because like I said, she was from the south side of Chicago, and she talked about going to like 16 funerals or something her freshman year, like growing up in south side of Chicago.
Okay.
If you had to think about the south side of Chicago yourself, like what is one of those moments you can remember, man, where it's like, you know what I mean, like that maybe stood out to you, that you might even still think of to this day that might stick with you, you know what I mean? Because that's a rough side of town in Chicago, let's just be real. Like, was it anything that...
It's family. It was always family out there, you know what I mean? It's not really... It's more based on, like, say you got different buildings and stuff like that. You might have your grandma, your auntie, your uncle, all this in one building, but they might live on different floors of the building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so any event that go on, somebody could graduate. I mean, they having a big barbecue. Somebody could get ready to just go out of town for a couple months or whatever. They're having barbecue, family and barbecue and stuff like that, cookouts and stuff. That's something I love about Chicago. Is always a reason to bring the family together. They're so celebrating the smallest things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something I learned, felt, and grew with. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always want to go back home just for that situation. There's always a barbecue, always a party, always a reason the family getting together.
Yeah.
I mean, real family oriented.
So, okay, real family oriented. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you pretty much grew up in Chicago, like you said, elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Well, by the time I got ready, 5th, 6th grade, fifth grade is my last year there. 6th grade, 7th, 8th, I came here.
Okay. Yeah. What had you come here?
Family. Just mom moved and mom got remarried and stuff like that. And plus, I think she knew it was in me. When I say in me, it was in me to be what Chicago is, what they breed. You know what I mean? It was in me to be street, it was in me to be hood. You know what I mean? My dad ain't too far from it. You know what I mean? So it was already in me to kind of follow that same lane. By the state, ain't no telling. You know what I mean? What the outcome be. So I think, her remarrying and coming here was something good for all of us, but that was what brought me here. Just her knowing she had a son that, could possibly wind up dead or in jail staying in Chicago. I think that's what really brought me to Georgia, man.
Gotcha.
Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, otherwise the 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see them. It'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form you can fill out. You said www.theriseof1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseof1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out. And we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out we'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on